5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And reveal, yes, that reveal with your hands. That's a good one. Yep. Works best when you do it with your hands. Welcome to season 5 of IFB, Interfleet Broadcasting. I'm your co-host, New York Pete, and over on the other side of me, of course, is our tech director and other half of IFB, none other than the Tipsy Toaster, Chris Moore, our resident robot-based life form, also known as an IL-5. Let me thank everybody right up front for tuning in. What?
We're just plain ill.
Yes, IL-5. That's right, IL-5. So welcome everybody to the show. Obviously, this is our sci-fi pop culture show. We have deep roots in the classic 70s and 80s TV shows, movies, comics, and culture of our youth. And we're big Battlestar Galactica 1978 fans, and of course of the franchise itself. But that's where our hearts lie, and that's the roots to where we come from. Welcome, and let's dive in. We got a great show tonight. John Wan's waiting for us. We have director and star of indie feature film that's going to be with us. They're going to talk about what it's like to do a sci-fi / horror film. After that, we're going to talk some more sci-fi Galactica, and then Dr. McAuley will come on and we'll talk about the Tower Protocol Resurrection. Hope you guys have seen the trailer for that. We worked really hard to get that out, and want to thank again Tipsy Toaster for using his skills to put it all together at the end, and his sci-fi, all the special effects that you're going to see in it, that whole aspect of things. It's really cool. And everybody else that worked on it. So thank you for joining us, guys. And also, just quickly, Stranded Warrior is moving along, again, getting closer. So thanks everybody for tuning in and supporting. Good things are coming, and we're gonna have some fun. Let me just quickly make sure that we do our toast. I want to thank all the fans, as we usually do. So when Tipsy comes back on, we will, of course. There we go. You're back.
Of course. So what do you have tonight? Coffee again?
No, I actually have a spiced tea.
Ooh. Spiced, huh?
Yes, sir.
Well, tonight I have. You'll have to tune in later on, but this is a special drink.
What is this? Floaters, man.
Yeah. So that's the dirt.
You need to get a filter for your water.
No, that's the dirt. This is a Toron Sunrise. It's very hot on Toron.
Hot? You
mean
it's
hot
warm?
on Toron? So the secret ingredients on these are
like
things
water?
Like this and
ew,
and things like this. And
you're gonna get a stomach ache.
Oh no, this is amazing. Toron Sunrise, tequila, orange juice, good stuff in there.
I don't know, my friend. I think you're gonna. I hope you just put it on pause. I'll carry the show while you. I predict that by the third gulp of that, you'll be going for milk. Yeah. So that's
something like I said. Tune into where's it at? Come on, it's got. Come on, there it is. Some fire
bulletin board. Yeah. Oh my God.
Sweet, but it's hot. But it's sweet.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, just real quick, Lola, Chuck, James, and Fran, Erica, Susan, Kim, Chris Laskowski from Down Under is with us. Bert Oliver Bomer, congratulations on another win, another book win. Very well done. Good job, guys. And good job, Bert Oliver. Appreciate you tuning in and helping us out, part of the team here. None other than George Zuvelos. Captain Martin himself is on. Thank you for dropping in, Captain. We appreciate it. Heather McCook is with us. Thank you very much for dropping in. Appreciate you stopping in and joining us here on Interfleet Broadcasting. Mediocre Modeler, excellent. He's here. And let's see who else. Oh, Dr. Chris McAuley. He's here as well. So thank you very much, everybody, for tuning in. And
Waiting. Come on.
everybody else that's going to watch this later, this is for you. Don't burn your hands, Chris.
This is for you. Thank you for joining us, because fans are what makes the fandom. So fans feel the fleet.
There you go. All right. That's excellent. So, oh my God, are you okay?
So spicy. I love it.
Ew.
That is a definite Toron sunrise.
Okay. Oof. Man, I'm getting Chris. I understand that. Yeah, if you get the gurgles, don't worry. I got the show for you. I'll be.
Just put it on pause and go for it.
Ooh, man. All right. Good luck with that, my friend.
You have to try that out. That's really good.
No,
I do have another couple more videos coming up. So that Toron sunrise.
Battlestar Bulletin Board. Or I hope Sean is watching here, because you may have to fill in for Tipsy at some point. But we have the bar and grill. We have the bar and grill that you have going, and now that's up and running. So that's cool.
Little by little, we'll put some more videos up in regards to some drink mixes. Toron.
Excellent.
Mutter's Milk is coming. So if you're a big Firefly fan, wow, say that 10 times so fast.
Yeah, say that real quick.
Firefly
fan. As a matter of fact. Are you all right there? Is this part of what happens when you drink that thing?
Well, it's all about Toron. It gets really hot there.
Okay. Well, I just want to. This is from my box of goodies. Check that out, guys. The New York Post, right? New York Post TV Week. This is a local New York City. Look at that guide for October 29, November 4, 1978. All right, has not been opened. I'll open it later on in the show. Want to recognize and thank Jack Stauffer, Lieutenant Bojay. We put together a whole private autographing with Jack, and so the last of the autographs that he actually would be doing and has done. You'll see on IFB, you'll see that there's photos of him actually signing and packing up the autographs. So everybody, you should be getting them. If you haven't gotten them, it's basically
they're on
this
the way.
week.
Yes.
They're on the way. They're in the mail. So thank you everyone for showing some love towards Jack. He really, really appreciates it. So he'll be on the show. We're gonna have him come on So that's good stuff.
That was the idea behind it. So
yeah.
Okay. For us to make any money or anything like that.
No, absolutely not. It's
yes,
at cost,
Jim,
so.
it is.
What is that?
Tom DeSanto helmet behind me. Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's a special edition. Chris had it commissioned, and he had one made. That was I think, was that like 2 years ago now?
About a year and a half, 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Fits well.
So Tipsy had that specially made, and I bet you he hurt himself because he's wearing his glasses.
Nope.
That's really cool. Look at that. Yep.
It fits. I had hair before. Now I really haven't had hair.
No, now you have Cylon hair.
Cylon hair.
Yeah.
Do Cylons have hair?
I don't know. You tell me. You know better than me.
Harry.
If anyone knows, it's you. So anyway, welcome to the show, everybody. I think we have John 1 in the wings. So
yes.
maybe if you do your magic, we can have John come on and we can talk to him for
John 1.
Hey John, how's it going, man? Good. You got I looked at your deck, of course, when you sent it up. I'm excited to hear what you have to say. So if you're ready, I'm all ears, man.
Oh yeah, we got a quick preview of what's coming because we got some good guests coming up tonight. So
cool.
We got some cool things. All right. So in theaters tomorrow we have The Companion. It's about a robot. Well, actually, a guy that makes a robot who is basically his girlfriend, and she decides to break up with him when they're away at a cabin. So it's like one of those big things. Those AI.
Sounds like Cylon. Yes, I'm good with that.
Yeah. He's like, I'm not going to be your girlfriend anymore, so I'm just going to kill you because I'm a robot.
It's a typical story, Guy meets girl, girl dumps guy creates robot falls in love with guy, robot kills guy, takes over world. Got it. Silent altogether.
Yeah.
How bad could you really be if a robot even breaks up with you?
If you're in love with it, it's gonna hurt, I'm sure.
Yeah, more ways than one. So that's out tomorrow. So let's see. The first Marvel movie of the year is out. It hits theaters February 14th. Captain America: Brave New World. It's a brand new Captain America.
Oh, great! I can't now. I've got
Anthony
the song
Mackie.
stuck in my head.
He's taking over
New World. Sorry.
the Shield and Cal as a new Captain America. Giancarlo Esposito is, of course, going to be Sidewinder. I wanted him to be Doomsday, but Dr. Doom, but can't have everything. And who else is going to be? The Red Hulk's going to be Harrison Ford.
What?
Just go see her. Yeah.
Yep.
I've been watching
Harrison Ford
1923.
plays the president. Yeah, that new series is coming out, I think, this month. Season 2. That's a good series. And Chris Evans, speaking of Marvel, Chris Evans said that the rumors are not true. He's not returning as Captain America in the upcoming Avengers Doomsday movie. He's retired. So,
is that
Chris
right?
Evans, yeah, that's what he says, but we'll see.
Yeah, let's see. Wow.
I don't know.
Interesting.
That's upcoming.
Okay.
And let's see. This fantasy movie has everything you want: a maiden, evil sorcerer, monsters, a knight on a quest. This is coming out on VOD. It's called A Knight's War. So it should be on pay-per-view by tomorrow. So it looks pretty good. It's an action. So something to get away for a while, 2 hours away. And let's see. February 14th, Apple Plus releases The Gorge. This is about two operatives who get assigned a tower. And they're opposite of each other in this big gorge. And it turns out the gorge is a gateway to hell, and they have to keep the monsters from coming out.
Oh.
And especially comes out on February 4th, so they kill monsters, they fall in love, and I guess they do their time.
Then the robot, kid comes,
And then the robot, then
Yeah.
the robot walks away.
So I guess that could be a nice Valentine's night. Hey, get a pizza and watch the gorge.
Yeah, why not?
Hey, that's a nice love
At
movie.
first, I thought
Why
that
not?
said the George, but anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's coming out on the 14th, and Netflix has a new series from this German news series. So it's German. It's called the 6-part series called Cassandra. It's about a family that moves into a house and they find a robot. I guess a robot's like a maid or something like that, and she finds interesting ways from keeping them from leaving the house. So she doesn't want to be abandoned. So it's another AI.
It's Rosie the robot.
Now you're mine. The Jeffersons.
Another robot.
Except
See,
evil.
I'm telling
evil.
you, it's all about the robot. I mean,
Evil robot.
all the robots are great. So
Evil
I
robot.
told you to clean your room. What did you know? I cleaned this up.
Evil robot.
is it subtitled? I hate that.
I know.
Yeah, well,
I know,
it's so
sometimes,
good. I mean, I watched what is it? The Korean one.
Oh, there was a bunch of good Korean. What?
Yeah, a couple of Korean ones that were good. Yeah.
Good games.
The
Squid Games,
Gyeongsang Monster's good. Squid Games. Gyeongsang Monster's pretty good too.
Oh, cool. All
That's
right.
really good. That's on Netflix. And let's see. So that should be pretty good. And season 3 of Yellow Jackets will air. First 2 episodes on Showtime and Paramount, with more of how the team survived in the woods when their plane crashed, or a backstory. So it's a good series. That's coming out on the 14th. Was it 14th? I think February 14th as well. So it's a series. So it's pretty good. Get into it. It's good.
Cool.
These girls are vicious.
All right.
I don't think I would have survived. They would eat me in a second. And let's see. And Invincible will air on February 6th. This adult animated series on Amazon is pretty good. They have a new villain, Powernex. I don't know, called Powernex. That guy from Breaking Bad is going to air it. Is going to voice it.
Okay.
So it's pretty good. I always enjoy that show. And new series on Hulu is interesting. A secretariat team is tasked with protecting the president, and well, they failed because he ended up dead. But the interesting part is what happens after, and I don't want to ruin it for everybody. I was pretty surprised myself, but I was like, oh wow. So this looks like a pretty good series. The first episode already aired, and that's already out on a weekly basis on Hulu. So check it out. Called Paradise. They would have gone to call it Paradise City, but they couldn't get the permission from Guns N' Roses to release it, so they had to call it Paradise. So.
All right.
But
So that's it. That's actually, I hadn't rated that day. I couldn't believe it. I was like, okay, that makes better. Paradise City would have been better, but when you see the movie, you understand. And let's see, coming back, the rumors are true. Oh, Obi-Wan Kenobi is going to be coming back on season 2 of Ahsoka, and that's The Witcher. The Witcher is another animated movie, second animated movie for the series. Geralt is hired to investigate a townspeople on the seashore, and he uncovers like sea people and humans fighting each other and tries to stop it. So that's coming out on February 11th.
Interesting.
That's The Witcher, the Siren Song.
Okay.
Witcher, the what?
The
Sirens of the Deep.
Sirens of the Deep. So
Okay.
that's coming up. And the next one, let's see. I can't remember handwriting. And it looks like the Obi-Wan will be coming back to Disney after all in season 2 of Ahsoka.
Wow.
Yeah, he's going to be joining Ahsoka to fight the Empire, and we're going to see Rory McCain, who played the Hound on Game of Thrones. He's going to replace. He's going to be playing Balin. He's going to replace the actor who did Balin.
Interesting.
He's going to replace Ray Stevenson, who played Balin. So he's going to be the new Balin. So big shoes to fit, but we will see. And there's some upcoming conventions for anyone interested. The Big Lit Comic Con is February 1st and 2nd in
Roanoke.
Brogan Center, Roanoke.
Yep.
Cosmic Con, New York, February is at the Metropolitan Pavilion. Where is that? Is that in Manhattan? That's the Metropolitan Museum?
No. What? Where is it?
Cosmic Con, New York is February 15th and 16th at the Metropolitan Pavilion, New York. I don't know what that is. I never heard of Metropolitan Pavilion.
The pavilion. It's a whole Manhattan Pavilion. Well, I'm gonna have to look that up.
Metropolitan Pavilion. Nerdfest is February 23rd in Swedeboro, New Jersey. Long Island Convention of Horror is February 28th and March 2nd in Hauppauge, New York. I'll be going to that. And I'll be going to New Jersey HorrorCon, March 1st and 2nd. I'll be going with my nephew.
Cool.
And that's what's coming up. That's it.
We are. I don't know. Is anybody else seeing John 1 doing the Japanese over?
Yes, a little bit.
Okay.
The pavilion.
You got some really slow internet there, buddy.
Oh.
The Metropolitan Pavilion.
there you go.
It's
You're like a couple of seconds off.
it looks pretty cool. It's a space, a pretty big space. So I don't know. I'm gonna check that out. I may end up going. The Metropolitan Pavilion is basically main entrance, 125th West 18th Street. So I don't know. I might check that out. Yeah. It can hold accommodates up to 16,000 people at one shot. So,
Wow.
yeah,
I'm going to have to check that out just so I can know where it's at.
yeah. I don't know. I'm kind of interested. So maybe we'll get together. We'll go to that.
Yep.
Cool stuff. So, John, you got us a couple of you got us a director and the star of a sci-fi horror feature, indie feature that's they're going to be our guests coming on a little bit. So that's cool. Thank you. And I know that you have a lineup. So everybody stay tuned. We have guests lined up. We're going to do a fanzine. We're going to revisit fanzines. So
And Jack will be coming on again soon.
yes, Jack will be coming on. Dun, 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 dun. Jack autograph. Right. Boom. Over here. Says to Pete. Thank you. Thank you, Jack. Tipsy, thanks for sending over these fanzines. These are my Christmas present. I did not have these in my collection, and now I do, so I have to read. So we will be having Superfan Fran and Professor Patton will be coming on. They're confirmed, so we're gonna, we'll release a date soon enough and let you know. So we're gonna talk fanzines. We're gonna talk about stories and a little bit of what's going on in the past, and then I want to share this with you guys.
And the story they're going to go over is going to be Perceptions of Reality. That's
Excellent.
The fanzine story with
Excellent.
Iblis and Commander Kane.
Oh, I like it. So I saved this from, the trash heap when I was a kid. New York Post, TV Week, and of course Battlestar Galactica on the cover. And I am going to
Does he
take
got his hand over top of a bubble?
sort of, I don't know. It's like some kind of. It's the same picture they used in Pizzazz and the other magazines.
Yeah,
It's
but
not
I've never
original.
seen. He's never been a picture of that anywhere.
Yeah, Pizzazz had that picture. Well, maybe they cut out the dome, that dome thing. I'm looking to see real quick. Oh, Centennial. I don't know if you guys remember this. This was a mini series
No,
that
I
was
don't remember
on.
that one.
Yeah, that was on. And I will send a link to the story so everyone can read it. Thank you, Fran. Appreciate that so that everybody can kind of. Oh, look. The Magic Puff. If you remember that.
Yeah. I know Puff the Magic Dragon, but the Magic Puff sounds like something that you're going to be doing.
Something else, yeah. You might get arrested for back then. Dracula Returns. And here it is, guys. This is like, I don't know, unless you have a paper copy, I don't think that you'd ever see this ever anywhere. Check that out.
Wow.
Saga of a Battlestar.
Yeah. Imagine that, huh? That's pretty cool. I'm gonna have to take
Galactica is like a biblical Western. There we go.
Yeah. So what I'm gonna do for you guys, being that this really doesn't exist anywhere, as far
Scan
as
that sucker in.
yeah, I'm gonna take a picture of it. I'm gonna do a nice close up of this. I'm gonna put it up on our page because I want to make sure that everybody gets a chance to read this because this is lost to time, right? So this is page 16 and 17 in this. New York Post TV Week, October 29, 1978. I don't even think that this is available digitally. You know, like there's digital newspapers and stuff. I don't even think that this is.
Who wrote the story?
Is somebody named Jerry Buck wrote this on Battlestar Galactica. So
Probably
I'm going
not
to put
see
it up
that anywhere. Yeah.
exactly. So whether it's a good review or not, guys, I'll make sure that it goes up so that I can share that with everyone. I think it's really, really cool. I haven't laid eyes on this in 30 years. So I want to share that with you guys. There's of course a great, I'm sure it's a great crossword puzzle.
Who's
and
that?
there's Richard Chamberlain on the back from Centennial, but I thought that
I do not remember that one at all.
Is this cool?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, who's going to watch that? We got to watch Battlestar Galactica and I watched Centennial.
I watched it. It was a series about explorers in the West.
There you go. See? Okay, so John watched it.
Sounds like Grizzly Adams revisited.
Yeah, sort of. Look, this is a magazine from right back in the day.
A giant poster. Pull that out, Pete. Unfold it. Come on, let's go.
All right, and then I have Starburst.
That's just something you chew at the candy.
No. Let's see. Let's see.
Take the poster out and frame it, buddy. What the heck?
Let's see what's.
That's in good
I don't
shape.
even look at this. Yeah, it's mint.
Oh.
I took care of my stuff, man.
Buck Rogers.
Come on.
I read all my stuff.
Well, I read my stuff too. I just didn't bust it up.
Ugh, Imperious Leader.
Look at Imperious Leader. Ah.
What's that down at the bottom right? I can't tell. It's kind of shiny.
What is
Got
that?
something shiny on it.
A
Doctor Strange.
Yeah, there's a bad Doctor Strange movie.
Oh, there's a
look,
Hulk.
The Incredible Hulk. All right, hold on. I'm going to open
remember
the
the Hulk.
poster. Hold on, guys. Hold on. This has not been opened. This has not seen the light of day for like 40 years, I guess.
Didn't Hulk fight Bigfoot too?
This is a good one. Check out this poster, guys. This is a good one. Ah, look at that.
Oh,
There you go.
Oh, look at that, guys. That's pretty cool.
And Cylons are in 1, 2, 3,
Okay, that's enough. That's all you're getting.
4.
No,
bottom right one.
see right away. You make it all about the Cylons, and now
I didn't make it all about the Cylons. They
taking
put
it
all
away.
they put
I'm
all of them
taking
in
it
there,
away.
not me.
Look, there's a Viper. Look at the Viper. Look how cool the Viper is. See the Viper? It's all about the Viper.
Oh, it's too bad they only put one picture of the Viper on there.
Oh boy! All right. So look, later in the show, I'm gonna open these up. There's Starburst. There's a British magazine,
Maximilian.
and Son of Star Wars. This is the original magazine that set this whole thing in motion. I begged my mom. She actually helped me get this magazine when it came out on the stand, and here we are because of this. I read this as a kid. I watched Battlestar Galactica, and now IFB exists, and everything we've done to this point is because of that magazine. So anyway, I am sharing my box of Galactica goods that I picked up from my parents' house in the attic, and I brought it back a couple weeks ago, and so I'm sharing all these great things with all of you. And that's where I got it from. Fran asked me, she sent me a quick note, and so that's the backstory. I believe that the Tipsy Toaster has our guests,
Yes.
and we are. Do we? Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm working on it.
Are you working on? Okay, all right, cool. Well, in the
They're there. I'm
meantime,
just assigning them to inputs right now.
are you signing? Okay, so guess what, guys? I'm watching Banachek. I don't know how many of you actually watched Banachek when it first came out, back in, I think it's like from 72 to 74. I never watched it. I knew that it existed. I've known of it, and I just decided to start watching it. And actually, it's very good. It's very good. George Papard is the star, and he's an insurance investigator, and I don't know. It's a lot of fun. I think you get a kick out of it. So for those that have never watched it, there you go. Is an opportunity to, maybe it's on Amazon. So if you have Amazon, you might want to check that out. I've also been watching The Event, which is, came out several years ago. So that's another cool one. And so yeah, it's all good. And we have, all right. So
Yep, we're
I
ready.
know that you're ready. Are you actually ready?
Hey, you want to just start the introduction, and I'll pull them over when we're there.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, we happen to have the director, and we have the star of a great. I mean, I watched the trailer a couple of times, and I checked it out. I went and I looked at the IMDb and the write-ups and everything. So it's a feature indie sci-fi horror, and it's got a lot of cool stuff in it, right? So there's MMA, and there's sci-fi alien type of thing, and then there's a spaceship, and man, there's a lot of stuff going on, and it's all fun. I was like, wow, well, look at this. This is pretty cool. So we're gonna have an opportunity here on IFB to actually talk with the director, pick his brain about, what was it like to do this film, put it together, ideas, visions, and then of course we got the star. So it's not always possible to get both together and then discuss, what it's like from, paper to all the way to creation, and then release, and then, casting star, what the star felt about it. I mean, it looks like there was a lot to be done on the film in terms of, portrayal. So, if you watch
Stunts.
the
Stunts.
yeah, stunts. So so you know what? When we get them on, we're gonna actually screen the trailer for
Yep,
it.
we'll put the trailer up.
And you're gonna see some real. I was like, whoa! It's like some fight scenes, and then in the spaceship, in the stuff, and whatever. I don't want to give too much away until you guys get to see the trailer if you haven't yet. And I think you'll enjoy it. It looked really cool. So,
And you see a lot of the behind the scenes scenes on their Facebook page, like how they set up shots and how they were doing stuff. It's pretty cool.
Yes. That's very, very true.
All right.
So with us, of course, is Dana Godfrey, who is the star. And of course, we have the director, like I said. Christian, thank you for joining us, both of you. Thank you for coming on the show, taking the time out, and talking about what you guys made, and we know a little bit about what that's like. So welcome to Interfleet Broadcasting.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
thank you so much. This is so cool.
So who wants to start? Christian, do you want to start?
I believe in ladies first.
Okay, so Dana, let's give us I know that you're actor, singer, dancer background. How did you get into this project, and tell us about, your connection? Are you, first of all, also include whether or not you're a sci-fi fan? Gotta throw that in there.
Oh, well, of course. Of course, I'm a sci-fi fan. Number one. But this project came about because of Christian. We worked on another horror film together this past summer, back in 2024. And he had brought it up to me. It's really crazy. The first time I met him, I walked up to him. It's quite a funny story. And I don't even think I knew his like name. I didn't know anything about him. And he just goes, so are you into sci-fi? And have you done stage combat? And he's like, have you done stage combat? And I was like, actually, yeah. Yeah. I was like, I'm training in college right now. I'm in a BFA acting program and I had just taken stage combat. And he was like, I'm doing this really cool film. He's like, it's about this girl and it's very intense. You're going to be fighting a lot. I can't like tell you much about it, but I kind of want to send you it to see if you like it. And I was like, of course, of course. And yeah, that's how I came onto the project. And then we worked really well together in the film we did over the summer. And I think it continued perfectly through Intruder. Yeah.
It still continues.
Wow.
Hell yeah.
All right. All right. So, Christian, again, thanks for taking the time out to come and talk about your movie. So now, right, we got an idea of how you guys, kind of met and then, obviously movie made. But take us back a little bit. Take us back on how you got involved with Intruder.
Andrew Hunsicker, who is the producer of Intruder and my partner on this whole entire project, we started Intruder Films, I guess about nine months ago when I wrote the script. But the two of us started about 9 years ago when I had done a series for Amazon Prime called Law of Perdition. Andrew was the star of the show, and that was also a horror-based television series about a cop whose cold case comes back as a ghost to help solve her murder.
Very
So we
nice.
worked on that, and that was 9 episodes, and we had talked about doing a second season forever. And I was reluctant to start writing it, and then eventually I got the bug to start writing again, and I wrote half of this second season, and then I stopped.
Oh, okay.
I had 6 episodes written out of 9, and I threw it away. I was like, delete.
Oh my gosh.
Really?
Yeah,
Why?
I felt like I was just repeating something, like I was doing the same thing over and over again. And I kept writing, like a lot of my previous films have a lot to do with cops in them, and I wanted to get away from that whole like sobbing and telling a story through a cop's perspective. I feel like it's so washed up and overused, and I really wanted to make something that I felt was cool. I wanted to do something that if I was going to sit down and watch it, it would be something that I would actually sit through because I can't sit through anything anymore. If it's not like amazing, I'm bored. We're spoiled. It's
Yes.
not the age of the video store anymore where you go and you pick a movie and you commit to it because you paid the $4 to rent it for the night or whatever West Coast Video or Blockbuster was at the time. And you're like, look, this is what we're watching tonight because I went all the way over there. This is what was available, and but it was like a different experience, and it was more treasured. Now it's this.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. We have all the choices
It's
at
almost like
yeah.
swipe,
Yeah.
swipe.
It's true. No, it's true.
So, and there's so much of it out there in every direction. I mean, I could watch a brand new movie and then stream everything from, the newer Battlestar Galactica if I wanted to and stream the whole entire
Yeah.
5 seasons or whatever.
Yeah, it's true.
We're spoiled to death. And I think because of that, I have like viewer ADD. I need to really be compelled to watch a film. Now, with that being said, it doesn't have to have explosions and shiny things in front of it, but you kind of gotta beat what the other guys did for the last several years and make me feel like I'm experiencing something new to keep my attention. Otherwise, what are we doing?
All right.
So,
So Christian, before you go too far, I want to
sorry.
know why the cop thing. Why were you what's in your background or why going back to the cops? Why was that a thing?
I have written that so many times. I don't know what my obsession was with writing cop stories. My father was a cop, but I don't think
Okay.
that has anything to do with it. I don't know. Maybe it does. Um, but it existed in too many of my writings, and I just got tired of talking from that perspective. I also have known a lot of cops growing up, and I guess, growing up in the city, I grew up in the inner city of Philadelphia. So cops are a character in your life, and in that aspect, they play a big character. So I guess I constantly had them in the back of my mind while writing, like they just exist in my universe.
Well, that all right. So that actually that's the link makes a lot of sense, right? It would have been odd if you had no connection and you just kind of grew up playing, cops and robbers and decide I'm gonna write like a cop thing. But that makes a lot of sense. So I get it, and I think everybody else does. So what led you then, to get
To
into
getting
like
to here with
Intruder?
Intruder.
Yeah.
So after I had written half of a season and lost interest in it, I had talked to Andrew and we had done a web show together. I worked on a show with Andrew that I had wrote, produced, directed, and co-starred in, and it was a web series called Boogie about a stuffed animal rabbit that was basically mine, like as a child that I never threw out. And it's just beat up. It has one eye, a half ripped off ear. And we did almost a season and a half of this web
Nice.
show that really has all the aspects of filmmaking. And I look back upon it now and I realize how much I missed making movies because I took like a good 8, 9 year break from making anything. I
Oh,
had made
really?
about five feature films and a series amongst a handful. I can't even count how many short films I had done in a 10-year span, and then I just burn out. I just completely burn out and just I lost my love of movies because I don't feel inspired as much when I watch movies, and that's I guess what has brought me to Intruder. And what I did in that web show Boogie with Andrew was a lot of comedy, but it was also everything that I missed. There's a sci-fi episode that DC Douglas is actually, the voice in, and we actually have like the stuffed animal inside of a spaceship that my house was completely turned into a set at the time for these puppets. I mean, it's really crazy. Like what I did on a shoestring budget. It was like $100 budget for every episode, and I was like super duper proud of it. Didn't get many views, didn't get many followers, but I myself realized, dude, you got something going on here that you need to keep exploiting in yourself. You need to get back behind that camera and you need to
That's
make
important.
something
Yeah.
that you want to make. Fuck everybody else. Fuck
Yep.
that movie sucked today. You be the boys. Make a cool fucking movie again. Like be cool. Do what you want to see in a movie. I want to see girls fighting on a spaceship to the bloody death. And I want there to be an underlining story about how we're getting screwed by our government and sort of tap into what's going on in the world today and how everybody feels.
Mhm.
It's current, but it's also marketable, and I could sit through it.
Mhm.
So I wrote a really, really fast script, and it was originally meant to be an hour and 15 minutes. The entire film that was written in the first draft has actually been edited. Even Dana doesn't know this. I have the entire film done up until this point.
Oh, fantastic.
It's an hour long.
Cool.
It's an hour long.
Wow. Okay.
So we
So,
so here's a crazier part of the story. As of today, we officially signed with Buffalo 8, who is also bonded. Two very, very, very large companies in the industry. These are the companies that basically put Terrifier out.
well, congratulations,
So
Dana. What do you
thank
think
you.
of
Yeah,
that?
I'm
I
excited.
This is my first time hearing of this, so this is crazy. I'm like,
It happened today. I mean, I literally signed it today, and they got everything, and we are on board, and they're forming a team together, and this is the highest level distribution that I have ever achieved, and I've done quite a few movies at this point. I had a movie with Ernie Hudson and Doug Bradley. I've had movies with a lot of really big names in the sci-fi and horror industry, and this distribution deal is a game changer for us.
wow.
This is
Outstanding.
this is a further reach than everything else that we did. The crazy thing is, we did it with the trailer. They absolutely loved the trailer. It's the vice president that we were actually dealing with who saw the trailer. So we hit a home F and run with this one.
Nice.
Here's the crazy part is we need to add another 20 minutes to the film. So we're actually shooting this month into next month and building all the story while Dana's character is on the spaceship. We're cutting back to Earth a lot more with our news reporters who are telling all the craziness of what goes on the on the planet Earth
Right.
while it's meeting its demise. So we're
Wow.
telling the story while she's away, which is, a really good opportunity now that I need to add time. I can just write more of a story that I'm already in love with.
Wow, that's fantastic. Congratulations. So
Thank you.
Dana, what do you think now? Where's your mindset now that you heard this?
Oh my God. I mean, just how incredibly happy I am for you, Christian. I know
I'm
you've
happy
been
for
doing
us.
I know, no, but like this is my head is like honestly spinning right now hearing this. That's the craziest, coolest news. I mean, I saw the trailer, obviously, Christian. I think I was one of the first to see it, and I knew. I was like, this trailer is something like I had never seen anything. Like I was like, I could see this on a screen. This is beautiful. This is action. This had the story, like you know who you're following, and it was just beautiful. So of course it happened, I mean, it's not really shocking to me because we put our all into this film. So honestly, yeah.
Very cool. So is Tipsy, are you
I'm ready whenever you are.
guys, let's play your trailer, man. Let's share it with
Nice.
our fans, and then we come back and talk about it.
Give me 1 second. And
They're always so aggressive and always on the attack. And yet, you fail to defend.
Are we all going to die? That is the question on everyone's mind.
That should concern you, Stacy. Means that the scientists you're listening to are lying to you.
Oh,
Checkmate.
excellent. Oh, that's awesome.
Thank you.
All right.
We're
So,
very proud of it.
wow. So there's like these fight scenes. Dana, walk us through some of that action that you did there. What was that like?
Yeah. So I mean, Christian, even before we started filming, he was like, I just want you to know, you're gonna have to really, change your body. You're gonna have to do a lot of lifting, a lot of push-ups. You're really gonna have to kind of transform yourself into looking a little more Brie. I think it would have been not as truthful to the storytelling if that didn't happen. So back in August of last year, I mean, I started really like bulking up, at least cutting my arms, you know. I started working with an MMA fighter. Her name is Tori. She is incredible, incredible. She's in the film. She worked with us, me and my co-star actually, for weeks just to get us, you know, prepared for what was about to happen. And these fight scenes, it wasn't just, you know, like of course there wasn't a lot of actual contact, you know, we never felt uncomfortable, but it had to look realistic, you know, I had to know how an MMA fighter would
If
punch.
I can pause for a second, I got kicked a lot. I was the cameraman.
Yeah,
There's a lot of times where I got caught a foot, a
Yeah.
leg, and other body parts I won't mention across the head, across the camera up into me.
Yeah,
I
thanks.
was uncomfortable.
Yeah, he was the one uncomfortable. We were not. But the camera had to be so close to, you know, all of these shots, and it had to look, you know, that's where you're seeing in the trailer, you know, all that action footage. But it was it was a lot. It was definitely a lot. I mean, it wasn't easy. Even while we were filming, both Irina and I, my co-star, it was we were really tired. We were really sore every day. I went home, I had to ice things, and there were bruises every day. And but I think it just put me more into the character of her every time. So I think it all helped. It all was a part. Yeah.
Wow. That's cool.
Yeah.
That is awesome. So do you guys as you know, as this grows and now obviously, you know, there's the option and now it's going places, are you gonna does so do you go to conventions? Would you promote this at a con, or is that out of your hands now? Is that something that you guys do?
I have in the past. I'm actually I am a big con fan. I used to do Monster Mania twice, sometimes when they would come around 3 times a year. And I would be a vendor there. It was a great way to meet a lot of named talent. It's actually how I met Ernie Hudson. I mean, I had a table there for my company when we were pushing out God, the film before it would have been Bully. After that, yeah, we were regulars at those
Awesome.
conventions. Would I do it again? If somebody else is footing the bill, if this company is big on in endorsing that type of an approach and wants me there, absolutely. I love the environment. It's gotten expensive though to get a
It
table and
has.
be a vendor at a convention, and the world's changed a lot. I mean, I can take the same amount of money with with our advertisement dollars and put it into a Facebook advertisement and get a better reach. It's sad but true.
It is.
It
Yeah.
makes you feel good to go out and talk to people. It's like going to like a film festival. Oh, hey,
Right.
I'm a filmmaker. I get to be all important and shake your hand, and anybody wants to come and sign whatever, it doesn't sell anything. It doesn't
Right.
make me money. But if they want to pay for it and have me there for a bigger, to do, absolutely, yeah.
Cool. So, Christian, does that mean you're still open to doing the novel and the comic book and anything else that might, you know, help the film, right?
Absolutely. I'm a huge fan of those things anyway. And Intruder was designed from day one. Me and Andrew will testify to this on a whatever we believe in. On an Alien DVD, I will testify that this was always meant to be a franchise, and that was part of Law of Perdition's model, was that it was going to be a franchisable um, series. Same thing when I did the web show with these characters that I created that were actual, puppets. I wanted something. I'm going after franchise at this point in my life.
Cool.
I'm not thinking about a one-off anymore. I want longevity. We are in an environment with streaming that people want more and more and more. Well, I'll give you more.
Excellent.
So,
Does that mean there's another part for Dana?
oh, well, hey, Dana is our franchise baby. She's not allowed to go anywhere. Do you remember in Return of the Jedi when Jabba the Hutt had Princess Leia with the chain around her neck?
Oh, okay.
Excellent.
Yeah,
Excellent.
yeah.
So, I mean, Dana, what's your next project? Do you have one set up? Is there something that you're thinking about?
Well, shockingly, nothing right now. I'm actually right now at school. I'm finishing up my last semester at college. I'm in
Okay.
my acting degree. My next project technically is a Shakespeare play at this
Ah,
school. I'm doing Love's Labour's one. I'm very excited for it. But after that, as of right now, n- to be determined. I'm very
okay,
excited.
fair enough. I'll tell you this, John One, who is he's our production coordinator and one of our anchors. He's got a short list of questions that he wants to shoot out your way, and to for you too, Christian. So uh let's see if we can get Tipsy Toaster to actually bring up John One, and
Oh,
we'll
now
see
you're
if we
asking
can.
for it. Come on.
Yeah,
This
yeah,
wasn't in
come
the
on, you could
plan.
do it. You could do it.
All
I
right,
know
give me a
you
second.
can. Yeah. So, John, if you got your questions ready, right? I mean, good.
Hang on.
Oh,
Hang
you know
on.
what?
Hang
In the
on.
meantime,
Got a few.
just want to let you know that you have some of your fans that are watching, and of course we have our fans, and everybody's excited. Bert Oliver Boehmer is an award-winning sci-fi author who's part of our team, and he says he loved the chess moves cut in with the action. He really enjoyed that. Thank you, Bert, for putting that up. Of course, James McCoy's like, in space, no one can hear you scream, and I think your tagline is, in space, no one can hear you bleed. So that's pretty.
I being such a fan of Ridley Scott and being such a fan of Alien as being a staple in sci-fi horror, I mock that quote constantly. We have another part in the movie where during one of the news interviews, there's an insider interview that we do of somebody that works for this company, Mike Tech, which is really like an umbrella corporation. It's really a play off of like an umbrella corporation type of, or like an Elon Musk Tesla and all his
Okay,
businesses.
whatever
It's
works,
really
man. Yeah,
the character in the movie that DC Douglas plays is modeled after Elon. He really is.
excellent. Okay.
So it's just everything's very current. Um, I got lost. Where was what was my point I was making here?
Well, we
Um,
we were just, spitballing some ideas on, what it's like to be doing this, putting it together, futures. We had just left the cons. We talked about our fans, and let's see, Heather says $400 per table as of last year.
yeah, they've gotten expensive. So
So
your money is really better spent if you just advertise online, sad to say.
that is.
We're never leaving our homes in 10 years from now.
Yeah, you know what? Hey, to be honest, I do a lot of Amazon shopping. It's convenient, and I get what I want instead of going to Target, and you end up buying a lot of stuff that you don't
90 other
need,
things. You're
right? Yeah.
absolutely right.
So, I mean, I'm
It's
not
more
the only one
efficient.
I know. And no, it's there's good and bad in all of this, but I'm really excited that you guys are moving ahead, and you're expanding, and it's so cool. Real quick before I bring on John One, Dana, your favorite sci-fi or horror movies or TV shows?
My favorite sci-fi horror movie TV
Oh,
shows.
you're being tested. Here you go. Do, 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 do,
Okay,
do.
you know what it is? It's just because I've watched them a lot now. My favorite horror right now is the Smile,
Uh,
Okay.
for sure.
Okay. Cool.
For sure. Yeah.
Cool. And then of course, Christian, you get yours in. What's the ones that you said? Alien, of course, and a couple others.
I have a lot of newer, like not a lot of newer favorites, but I do have newer inspirations of films that are out there. Two of the main inspirations for this film, as far as the look, the tone, and what I wanted out of it, one is Inside, the French film.
Okay. Yep.
Very, very bloody, claustrophobic. There you go with that. And the other being, I am a Ridley Scott fan. I obsess over every molecule of his films. They're just
Oh, excellent.
dope.
Oh, cool.
Just the stuff that he did back then, dude. Blade Runner and Alien. That's all I gotta say. Blade Runner, Alien.
Yeah.
They are like the Bible of sci-fi. And
Absolutely.
even in my previous sci-fi film that I did 10 years ago, Apocalypse Kiss, it was called in a quote from an online magazine. It was like the poor man's Blade Runner. Like
Nice.
you can smell the essence of how much I love Blade Runner in that film.
Oh, that is so cool. Oh, well, here's John 1. John, go ahead, man.
Hey guys, how you doing? Dan,
Hello?
when's your first MMA bout? How was it? How was it filming? The movie was it? You said you had to do with that practice. Was it daunting? Was it different than what you're usually doing, or?
Yeah, it was definitely the most I have done for a film. The films I've been in before, roles here and there, but this is definitely like the most I've put into a film. I mean, body, mind, spirit. I really felt like I connected with Brie. There's so much of her that I, can admire and look at her. I mean, I'm wearing red today. That's her signature color. It's always going to come with me now, I feel like. And what was really cool about working on this film was I just felt like it was such a female forward film, Brie is the main character. Her opponent is a woman. I feel like, if anything, based on how much I put into this film, I would love for, girls to watch this and, be inspired by her character. She only wears basically one costume the entire film. And our producer said it one day. He's like, this is kind of like her superhero uniform. And I was like, you know what? Yeah, she is. She's kind of like a superhero in a way. So, yeah, that's what I have
I'm
to say.
thinking video game.
Yeah,
Cool.
exactly.
Very cool.
That's what I'm thinking. That's a strong female lead. That's pretty good, and she can fight too. From the scenes you were doing, they must have been pretty grueling. I mean,
Yeah. Oh my
they must
God.
have
Definitely. Yeah. We had a lot of fake blood on set. Our our FX guy Rich, he was constantly pumping blood into things. He was making us messy. It was all over our hair and we were fighting. And honestly, like I said before, but we were sore after every day. We were giving it our all, Irina and I, Tori and I, anybody who was in those scenes with me. It was all or nothing. It was kind of like the camera's there, Christian was there.
I was in every scene with you.
Yeah. He was giving the most as well. Yeah. I mean, it was kind of like he said, like, give it your all, don't hold anything back. I'm here. Like, I'm shooting, go for it.
must have
Earlier,
really.
earlier in the production of the film, we had to make create a ductwork system because every good sci-fi movie has to have a ductwork crawl on it, right? So we actually in Andrew's garage built a 30 foot to scale. It's the length of what the ductwork system would have been inside the actual Orion set, which was 50 feet long.
Wow.
It was funny. It was very hot when we shot those scenes. I mean, and it's because we're still shooting now and it's freezing out. But Dana's in there and she's sweating and she's saying these exact comments about, how hot it is and how she's got to do these scenes. And I said, every scene you're in, so am I. And I was in the ductwork
Yeah.
with the camera. And I'm like, it's just as hot for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's funny. I love the teaser. She was a
Shared
good
pain.
sport.
Excellent.
I saw a lot of the scenes on the Facebook page. The way you set up shots, it does look pretty claustrophobic because it was like screens and like a small little looking inside the ship, and they're like, oh, I mean, those are some good shots. I mean, was it tough transitioning from the cop movies and everything you did before to this movie? I mean, was it a lot to do or just?
And I'm a big believer in shooting on a set. So when I did Sugar Skull Girls with Leslie Easterbrook and Michael Berryman, we had 5 sets. The entire building that we were using was created by sets. So I was actually used to shooting in sets. Apocalypse Kiss had about 9 sets built. which some of them were tiny, some of them were massive. And this was the same thing. I'm kind of used to working with a set and shooting partially, so I've gotten a little smarter with it. With the Intruder set, the spaceship has very large windows. The whole idea is a lot of this film, when you're watching her scenes, when you're watching Dana's scenes, you're watching it very voyeuristically from the outside, a good amount of it, where we watch through the window. And it was created to where I could step outside of the actual set and shoot into it and not always be inside to where you really don't have a lot of room to move because a lot of times it was tight. It really, I would be here with the camera up in my face and say action so we could start a thing because I have nowhere else to go. But it was designed in a way that I could step back and shoot into it or even shoot some of the outside of it as you see, or you will see in the film. You actually see the outside of the ship partially. And we're looking in from the outside, which really gives you this it makes it feel even more Hitchcockian and more claustrophobic.
Wow. So Andrew tells us that the main spaceship set was in Newtown, PA. And Erica Riley says, reminds me of Until Dawn. James McCoy says, Lara Croft, Tomb Raider, kinda. Sarah, hi, Christian, Jude Grillo, Sarah Tochi.
Hello, hey, how are you? Thanks for watching.
Yeah, and Chris Inlow and Colin and George Giacomis. Commander Kane, Paul Rodder's with us as well from West Coast. Our fans are from all over the world, including, of course, Down Under and Europe. And we get a lot of fans watch this show in the syndication rerun, and sometimes 30 to 40,000 views afterwards. So I just want to thank them and let you guys know that there's going to be a lot of eyes on this.
Good.
Yeah.
Thank you. We appreciate it.
So go ahead, John.
Is there a time when you release the movie? Is there released it? Is still gotta go through more shots? Is there a timeline?
So yeah, we should be done. We were done principal photography over a month ago, and then we decided, well, we need more time because there is a requirement now for most films, especially with the company that we signed with. We need at least 85 minutes. I designed a movie that was supposed to be an hour and 15. I wanted a fast film. I didn't want a lingerer. I have ADHD to the 9th degree. I can't sit through stuff, including my own. So I know that from watching my old films, and I'll say, God, this needs to be shorter. It needs to be faster. It needs to move more. Well, I wrote a movie that did that, but when you write a lot of action,
I think it's going to be a fun, fast-paced movie. It's going to be different. And,
it is. And so what we're writing is a lot of stuff that really helps play off of those scenes, and it leaves them and builds into them. And now they're custom scenes that are actually wrapped around, which is, I'm thrilled.
Wow.
And it's great because we're actually having the opportunity to build more characters that can show up in a second and third Intruder, which once again, was always our plan to do a franchise. And the company that we signed with helps you develop that. And they're also funders. They help fund films. They're that big. So we're stoked. We're really living that dream. We're watching it happen, and the planets are starting to align, and it's all working. And we don't even have the film done, and we already have a distribution deal with a really top tier distribution company. Which
that sounds like the best thing. All that hard
I'm
work
not even believing it right now. Like, wait, what the hell just happened?
Yeah. All that hard work is paying off, and that's just what happens. And it's you see it like, wow,
apparently something's going right.
well, guys, look, thank you. Congratulations, and again, thank you for coming on and sharing all the backstory. And we hope to have you back when things are on that next level, or you're ready to promote.
Thank
let's
you very
come
much.
back, and we love. This is what our fans like to hear. About the world building and the backstory and what it's like, front of the camera, behind the camera. And you guys are sci-fi fans, which means everything to us. So thank you so much for being here. We look forward to having you back.
I was excited that you guys reached out. I am a huge sci-fi fan, as you can tell.
Outstanding.
Oh, no.
Hey, Tipsy, you got anything for them?
I I would just say keep going. It's always, as we always say, it's always about the world building. You had something in your mind, and you were able to create something, whether you wanted it to, you wanted it to get out to the world, but sometimes a lot of people stop at the idea. I had a great idea, but it never went to fruition. You took the next step forward. And as far as acting careers and things like that, that's something that's a love. That's something that you do because you love it. Because in the beginning, we all know you're not going to make a whole lot of money on this. When it first comes out, it is a labor of love, and it is the love of that story that's in your mind, or the love of that character that you portray, that is that's what builds that world. And when I always say when we're gone, or whenever we move on or do whatever else, or however that's just wherever you go when we no longer exist, this will still be here. That's something that's to be proud of, either whether it's a book or whether it's a movie or whether it's your acting or whatever. It's something that you've done. And
your fans are going to call you by your stage name when you're in the street, like, hey.
That's it. You never know. You'd be the next Star Wars.
Yep.
It could be. Here's to you guys, fans, Fuel the Fleet, and again, look forward to seeing you again on IFB. So all the best, guys.
Thank you very much for coming on.
For having us.
Thank you.
Take care.
Take care, guys. That's pretty cool.
That's cool. See, now we had, we got the director and the star, both coming on and talking about, background and what they did and how they did, and it's sort of reminiscent of kind of like what we did too, right?
Yeah.
So the work that we've done, and then we're finally getting stuff out on our end. So that's kind of cool. So it's incredible, right? They got a distribution deal. They're going to go back and add some more.
And they really enjoyed doing it too. It's by the pictures. I mean, really enjoying it.
You wouldn't do it if you didn't enjoy it.
That's the best part. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's
the best
really
part.
cool. So yeah, we'll look forward to having them come back, John.
Yeah. No, very nice. I like that.
Yeah, definitely. Well, it was really, really cool. And like we always say, right? It's different when you're talking to fans that have a background in it. I've met several people that are in the business, and they are experts in what they do, whatever that may be, whatever part of the movie business,
lighting,
TV,
or gaffer, or whatever.
And they're not fans though. Right, so they'll work on a project, and it's a job, and that's it.
And there's some actors that way too. So
there's a lot, many of them are.
We met a number of Battlestar Galactica main actors that were
right, and they'll tell you up front, and that the honesty is respected and appreciated. It doesn't take away from how good they are, but fans bring a different quality to our the art that they're putting together, and we really appreciate that. So I mean. Cool beans, John, cool stuff, man. Well done. Thank you for bringing them on and reaching out. So that's cool. And we, so we're going to have a couple of our own updates, gentlemen. We have some stuff to talk about on our end. And that is that we have put out our own trailer for the Tower Protocol Resurrection. Right, so this is a project that XG3 Film Productions and Tipsy Toaster Productions have collaborated on doing. It's a project that took 21 years. So, in terms of, trying to get something done and completed and to fruition, right? We did that with the Tower Protocol Resurrection. The original concept was from 2003, and I was able to shoot a film, a short called The Tower Protocol, and released in 2004. It made the festival circuit and won a couple of awards, and that was it. It was a passion project. And it was limited. There wasn't a lot that I could do with it back in 2004. But I always knew that I wanted to revisit it. I always knew that it was something I wanted to further. There was more story to be told. I was lucky that I had the support of my cousin George Giacomis, who's the DP, director of photography, and he actually is in the business. And I've mentioned this on the show before. He also has an Emmy under his belt for the work that he does in the TV film world. And he's been an inspiration to me to keep, the art and the dream alive. And so, with the help of all, our fans and friends and family,
Takes a village.
It takes a village, and it does. And we've been able to now not only, we shot The Stranded Warrior, and we're working our way through all the difficulties of, the CG and stuff. And so that we put out a movie poster that's an award-winning, internationally recognized and award-winning movie poster. And the trailer for The Stranded Warrior has won no less than 11 awards. And so that is the beginning, right?
Amazing.
And we're working our way to completing that and then getting that out. So, with everybody's patience, all of you that have supported and worked on it, we're getting on that. However, in the meantime, we didn't have as many moving parts with the Tower Protocol Resurrection, which, of course, the executive producer is Dr. Chris McAuley. And then he bought into the vision that we had. And so, he supported. So we released the trailer for it. So the trailer for the Tower Protocol Resurrection, with the help of the Tipsy Toaster, believe it or not, is working his way to becoming a master editor, and he has learned so much when it comes to special effects and After Effects, and he worked his skills and talent, and so we're able to complete the Tower Protocol Resurrection, a dream of mine that took 21 years basically to get out. It's now in the festival circuit, and so is the trailer. Now the trailer, we're going to show it here. We're going to share with you guys. We have thousands of views, so thank you for all of you that have watched it, and for those that haven't, we're going to show it, share it with you here. Dr. McAuley will be on in a little bit, and we'll talk about what his vision of the Tower Protocol is, because he brings his own uniqueness. So it's really cool. Very proud of it. Chris and I spent a lot of time working on this, and so I think we're ready to show it. So enjoy. I think it's ready.
And it was fun making it. Being a part of it.
My name is Colonel Jonathan White. I've faced the darkness most can't imagine. An occult society whose tendrils reach into education, law enforcement, even to the government. Their influence is everywhere, waiting to resurface. I've been watching, waiting, sleeping lightly. People think they know this place. They walk by, oblivious to the whispers, the schemes hiding in plain sight. But I know. I've seen the darkness that slips through the cracks, crawling its way to the surface.
Oh my God, that is so freaking cool.
That last scene is awesome.
Unbelievable. It is so cool. Everybody, everybody here, John One, production coordinator, and of course, Tipsy Toaster, co-producer, editor of the project. Thank you very much, Chris, for helping this and making it what it is.
I'm learning a little bit every day.
You're doing a heck of a job. Executive producer Dr. Chris McAuley is he's in the wings waiting, I believe. He's with us.
Hang on.
Thank you, Heather. Yep, it's pretty cool, and that's the trailer. It's a short film. It's it's the second installment. It follows Colonel Jonathan White from his first adventure that we are privy to back in 2004, and then now we catch up to him and catch up to the threat that's been building all of these decades. So really cool. So John, when you saw it, what'd you think?
I thought it was great. It's gonna be a good story. I mean, I was there shooting a lot of the scenes there. I seen it, and just the way you mixed everything up and the special effects with it, it really tied a lot of the scenes in. And I'm just like, that last scene, I'm just wow. I'm like, I was there for that scene, but the special effects on it was just great.
Yeah. Oh yeah. There's some really, and you haven't seen anything yet. I mean, there's some really other cool stuff that we did, and so we have that film noir, supernatural, sci-fi horror kind of element to it. So our
design the sets was great. And we all got into a team. Everyone did something on it. I was putting posters up, having a good time.
Oh yeah, Jeff Ridnour, another co-producer who is director of the Feel for It art director. I mean, it was phenomenal, the set that he built, everything that he touched, the costumes and all, just incredible. So we're expecting good things. It's like I said, it's out in the film festival circuit. We have entered it into 8 film festivals around the world, and we're awaiting word. It's going to take a few months. The trailer also entered in several festivals as well, so hopefully we'll get back what we've I think earned. I think we did a really good job. So I wanted to try to pick Dr. McAuley's mind when it comes to a bigger picture, bigger vision. So if we
see more Colonel White, give me 1 second. Hang on.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah.
I'm
So he's got some ideas that we've discussed, and he's integral to this as an executive producer, and he's got some. I hope he can share some updates on some of the projects that he's working on separately, but he always has something for us. But I was kind of keen on getting his vision. All right, hey Doc, what's up?
Oops.
Hey Doc,
how's it going?
Audio. There we go. Now we'll try that.
There we go. Hello, everybody.
Yeah.
I'm grand. Yeah, I just got out of the shower, get ready to get myself presentable to come on here.
Yes, of course.
I have my
because we're all
beer.
presentable here. Yes.
Oh.
Yeah. You know what? We're all handsome bastards, really.
That's right.
But yeah, I'm drinking this this Alley Cat stuff tonight.
Oh,
it's Clear Skies, and it's it's pale ale, and it's non-alcoholic. It has quite a nice cover on it, if you can see.
Okay.
Very nice.
Show it again.
Let's see. Ooh, little. So
little.
If I go back.
All right, it's non-alcoholic, but I'm feeling drunk already.
Yeah. What are you on, Tipsy? I didn't catch. What are you?
I'm seeing blurry.
Huh?
What are you drinking tonight?
I call it a Toron Sunrise. It's a version of Tequila Sunrise with a little bit of hot sauce and some really good stuff. It's called It's Hot But It's Sweet. It's hot but it's sweet. It's hot.
In other words, in Ireland we would say it'll clean you out.
That's right.
So that'll be an interesting experience.
But I did bring water with me, so
You've got water.
I've got water.
I
have some water just in case.
I do have to ask this question. Yep. How good's your flush in the bathroom? Is it like, does it get it all the way out fast, quick, all of that stuff?
Well, when it's liquidy, it's not a problem. So
okay, all right. Oh my God.
There's visuals that everybody wanted right now, right?
Yes, Commander Cade
says. Do Cylons poop in the bathroom? Yes, they do.
Yeah, no, they don't. They don't have any bathrooms. But yes, Commander Cade, Paul says, greetings, Doctor. The camera doesn't pick up The can too well. Yes,
Can.
Erica, that's right.
It's just a blue can. It's a blue can with a nice mountain range, and it's very clearly stating it's non-alcoholic. So I don't know, but I'm going to give it a go tonight. So
Cool.
fans feel asleep. If it wasn't for you guys, we wouldn't be here, or we would be here, but we'd just be talking to ourselves.
Hey, we're okay with that.
So you know,
That's right. Absolutely.
I talk to myself all the time. I mean, yeah, you're right.
So, Dr.
Shut up, who asked
McAuley,
you?
we released the trailer for the Tower Protocol
Yes,
Resurrection.
great. Looks great.
We have well over 1,000 views in the last couple of days, just word of mouth, organic, and I know that we've discussed a bigger picture. We have a vision, and I wanted you to kind of elaborate a little bit.
Well, look, whenever you came to me initially about this, you said, look, I've got this thing, Tar Protocol, and I've worked on it for 21 years. And, this is the IP that you came up with. And you described it to me. And it was, it's something that had a lot of texture to it, a lot of detail. I like supernatural military sci-fi stuff. I've written some of that myself. I really enjoyed it. You pitched it to me. I read the script and liked the script, and obviously immediately the way my mind thinks, it's like, okay, let's move into different media. I can't help myself. So we do have a short story. It's actually a little teaser of our upcoming novel, Tar Protocol novel, which we might release some of it. We might release some pages for our fans here so they can have a little read at it.
Oh.
Well, we always have to give the Cap fans something. It's important.
That's right.
And
we have an audio drama.
We have an audio drama that Mr. Jeff Kirkland has kindly recorded, and I really like Jeff's voice. So I wrote the intro scene to the film, but Jeff's got this very gravelly voice, and he's, you have to take a man with a gravelly voice very seriously.
Yeah.
I love that, because we can work with somebody who has that. So it's quite powerful, especially with a supernatural military thriller. Because Jeff, what's interesting about Jeff is Jeff grounds it a lot, because you can go absolutely nuts with these things, and it can be very the danger with doing like supernatural films like this is it can be too fantastical, and it's not grounded in any sense of reality. But Jeff's got this kind of the gravelly menace to his voice. And I think that really grounds it. But that's why I enjoyed writing the audio for Jeff. So there you go. Yeah, there's lots happening. It's like everything else. Like Stranded Warrior will be moving into different avenues too. We've already had our first RPG game. If you guys want to check that out, it'll be on YouTube videos. Go and have a look. We had a lot of fun with that. If you want to. I think it was Lola that described it almost like a classic Battlestar Galactica radio show, right? So,
yep.
If you think you don't really get RPGs or whatever, RPGs are basically a drama that's played out, and you can see, us all play characters. Tipsy's the Cylon, the belligerent Cylon, belligerent but lovable tin head. I'm the slightly unbalanced captain. Pete was the very logical doctor.
Yes.
And Andy played. He was the games master, but he also played a bit of a renegade character as well.
Yep.
So you can see how that all turns out, and there is a twist. There's several twists in the story.
Oh, there is,
which nobody saw coming.
Yep.
So yeah. It was a lot of fun. So we've done that with Stranded Warrior. We'll probably do that with Tar Protocol. We'll bring something out, and then we'll. What we'd like to do, I think, is invite some of our regulars on, maybe people who have never played an RPG before,
right.
And we could maybe do a 5-player. We could do a 5-player, 6-player game, and we'll record it. So if anybody wants to volunteer for this, to get into the world of Tar Protocol, just let Pete and. Pete, and there he is. Oh, I knew you'd want to do it, John. Well, yeah, we'll get you in. We'll get you in.
All right.
So yeah, we'll do maybe 5 or 6 people. So if you're interested, let Pete and Tipsy know, and we'll get that sorted out maybe round about Easter time. Let's see what happens.
Okay.
We I don't know. I sent you a quick screen grab, Doc, right before you came on. Last time you did an exclusive with us. We have almost 21,000 views of that exclusive. So,
well, thank you very much, everybody, for tuning in. All 21,000 of you.
Yeah.
It's a good job that I shower and sort of get myself sort of half ready, presentable to come on to these bloody things. Yeah, because 21,000 people seeing your worst. God, you wouldn't want that, would you? But yeah, no, that's great.
Every week for
yeah.
Anyways,
we do hey, it's awesome. We really appreciate the fans. We hope that we're adding a little bit of our love into and back. Giving back is important. So there's so much. There is a lot of new stuff to watch. I mean, there is. And then we have the advantage of being able to going back and watching, the older stuff that, whether we missed, like I told you, I'm watching Banachek, which I think is really, really good.
Was that George Peppard? That was,
yes.
Mr. George Peppard.
Yeah, it's really good. I'm really enjoying it. And then, like I told you, I'm still taking my time watching The Event, which is outstanding in terms of, it inspires you. I think it's, it starts the juices flowing. I'm watching, how they twist and turn in the story. I mean, it was only one season. They had 22 episodes, but it's really pretty well done. And then, of course, we have the new stuff that we're cranking out. Behind me is, of course, the unofficial quiz book that we did with BBV, and we had a great time with that. And so we're doing things. Where are you, Dr. McAuley, and your world? What's going on?
I've been quite quiet on Facebook recently because I've been doing a lot of writing this month. So slightly before Christmas, it was announced that the dice game, Dr. Franklin dice game, I've written the kids' novel to that. That's going to be published very soon by Crystal Lake Publishing.
Cool.
So that's great. I have written a Choose Your Own Adventure game book from Crystal.
Woo! I love those.
That will be coming out very soon. It's been illustrated at the minute by Mr. Simon Chinook, who, if you've ever picked up Dark Legacies or Dracula Return, you'll have seen his artwork. He usually does quite horrific, violent pieces, but for the children, we are not doing that. We are not doing that. So the Cowboys versus Dinosaurs issue 1 came out. A lot of very good positive reviews for that. So thank you everybody who chimed in. I have written more children's stuff. There's a brand new children's franchise starting called Monsterville. That's not just going to be books. That'll be all sorts of things. There's going to be toys in there, toy range.
Wow.
So I've done that. I've just finished writing a Doctor Who book that's all about Daleks, lots of Dalek stories in there. And I worked with Davros himself, Terry Malloy on that, and John Payton, who is basically one of the best Dalek writers out there, Dalek book writers. He was mentored by Terry Nation, who created the Daleks. And the Terry Nation estate still control the Daleks, or actually they own the IP for the Daleks.
Wow.
So it's not the BBC, it's the Terry Nation estate. So I have to thank Terry Nation estate for allowing me to do this book. A majority of the proceeds are going to go to a multiple sclerosis charity.
Cool.
That was something that I wanted to do. I want to try and give back to charity as much as I can this year. What else can I talk about? Because there's things that I'm not allowed. Although I can tell you that progress is being made in the Stokerverse TV show.
Awesome.
So I've been doing a lot of writing with that. I'm hoping that we can come back with an exclusive, maybe around about World Dracula Day, and we'll bring Decker on, kicking and screaming. and
That'd be
you
cool.
know, we'll maybe have a chat about that when he's in Whitby, because he's going to be in Whitby. He's in Whitby every year for World Dracula Day. I was to be in Whitby, I think it was last year or 2 years ago, but I couldn't go, which I deeply regret because it looks like a beautiful place, you know. But maybe some year I'll go. I'll turn up.
Cool.
There's thousands of vampires that appear every year. So that'll be an interesting experience.
You've done a lot of, sorry, go ahead, John.
I'm sorry. World Dracula is May 26th, right?
It is.
Okay.
It's May 26th. I've always said to the vampires that I know that they wouldn't want to drink my blood because you know, it's probably about 100% alcohol proof. So it wouldn't be good for them. I would
sanitized by using alcohol.
Yeah, I mean the thing is, I would not be a healthy snack.
Well, most snacks aren't healthy anymore.
Yeah,
so
snacks
it's
are
like
not
Cheetos,
healthy.
you know? What the heck?
However,
everybody loves the Cheetos. Come on.
I wanted to make sure that for those that enjoy the short stories, especially the material that you do, Doc, you on your Facebook page, Dr. McAuley, you have in the last week or so have put up a tremendous amount of stories that cover
Battlestar stories,
yeah,
40K.
Battlestar, Warhammer.
A lot of poetry there.
I'll read the 40K ones, but I'm like, sorry.
Oh my God! One of the last ones you did was just phenomenal.
Well, here's the thing.
Great stories. Just
here's the thing. There's a lot of anxiety out there in the world today. I'm not going to touch on why that is, but there's a lot of anxiety and there's a lot of negativity out there on Facebook and basically on the internet. So I try and create this little haven where people can sit and read poetry, can read some of the stories, can look at cat pictures. Lot of fucking cat. Oh, sorry, a lot of fracking cat pictures there. Yeah. You know, lots of things like that. And I'm trying to create this little haven at the minute there for people to come and, you know, if you like the stories, great. If you like the poems, great. You know, it's all about that for me at the minute. And yeah, I'm happy for anybody to friend me on Facebook. You know, providing you're not like some sort of like serial killer stalker or like registered sex pest. I am perfectly happy for you to friend me, and you can have a look at my stuff.
Oh yeah, and it's cool. And you put out stuff regularly, so it's really cool.
So now you mentioned you have a cat, and you do a lot of cat pictures, and you do 40K. All right, challenge: put a cat in 40K.
All the cats are dead in the 40K world because there's no light in the grim darkness of the future where there is only.
Where there is
it's a hybrid cat that's cyborg, a cyborg hybrid cat.
Oh, that's just heresy now. You see, this is why you don't get 40K.
Nope.
You know, there are no good. Interesting thing is, there's no good guys in 40K. I mean, I love that.
There you go, a cybernetic cat. Yeah.
Humans have just become absolute bastards. I mean, it's like kill everything that's not us. We don't like anything that's not us. So they just go around killing things that aren't. But they do it in a very charming way. You know, there's a lot of human heroes in 40K, and then you have the chaos people, and they're the same. They just kill everything that's not like them.
Oh yeah.
And then the poor alien races, they just don't know what to do, so they have to kill all around them too. I don't think there's any nice individuals in 40K. So it's always an interesting franchise to write for, even in the fan fiction stuff. Battlestar's a little different. What I try and focus on is actually the individual stories. The characters in Battlestar, there's a little bit of action in there, but I have been focusing more and more on the characters. So, you know, I'm going to continue with that. I am planning to collect all these stories into at least a little piece of charity fan fiction book, which I think IFB we're going to put out. So that will be coming up as well. So if you like those stories, folks, stay tuned because you might be getting a book of them.
Outstanding. Speaking of 40K, I'm halfway done with The Siege of Vrax, a deathcore audiobook.
Yes.
And it's phenomenal. It's really, really cool. You know, the deathcore is
that audiobook?
Yeah.
Death Corps of Krieg.
Yeah. Oh, it's
They're
awesome.
nuts. They're,
Awesome.
they're,
Oh yeah.
they're nuts.
Oh, it's real. Yeah, they are.
Well, you know what audiobook I'm listening to?
Oh, there's Marin.
That's cool. Marin.
Starburst. There you go.
Hello, Marin. Hi.
Yes. See, I knew
Maximilian?
that. Yes, Maximilian. I knew that you'd be distracted. You wouldn't even be able to finish your thoughts because this, Dr. McAuley, is Starburst magazine.
Yes.
Not to be confused with Starburst, the fruit chew.
No. So, were you able to ever get any of these?
I didn't get them in the UK, but I have friends who have given me copies of Starburst and Fangoria. So yeah, I've very nice.
Of course,
yeah,
Cylons. See,
Yeah.
gold
Check
Cylon. There
that
you go.
picture
Cylon.
out. That's a great picture.
Civilian
man.
Cylons.
Oh.
Yeah, civilian Cylons. And in here is a great spread on Mission Galactica, the Cylon attack.
Wow.
Fantastic.
I have that on VCR.
I think I just show here's something on the black hole.
I love
another
Black
classic.
Hole. Good movie.
Another great robot movie.
Yeah, well, okay. Let's not give it away. Tomorrow Man. Let's see what other kookiness.
Westworld, another great robot movie. One of my favorites.
Oh yeah, Westworld.
Future World.
Yeah. So anyway, Zombie
Westworld,
Flesh
the series?
Eaters, I don't know. There's
Zombie Flesh Eaters. What the heck
Eaters,
is that
yeah.
one? Missed it. Never mind.
You missed it.
that's a good Friday night watch for you, Tipsy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here it is, folks. Here is my original copy of Newsweek, The Son of Star Wars. Fall season preview. This is the magazine that sold me on Battlestar Galactica. And we're here today. I'm here today, entertaining and sharing and having a good time because of this magazine. I bought this off the stand. My mother was kind enough.
Well, what's important is on the back of that. There you go.
Canadian.
Oh, is this Canadian? Ooh, what's this?
Albert.
Liquor? Some level of liquor. I probably can't.
That's why Pete bought the magazine, to tell you the truth.
So this magazine had an article about, they covered the fall preview and they talked about Battlestar Galactica. I was a big Star Wars fan, and this article was really not very kind. It was very critical, and it piqued my curiosity, and so I begged my mom. My mom was really kind enough. I contributed, of course, to the cost. This was $1 to get this at the time in 1978, and I bought it. I read the article, of course, and then when I watched,
I bought a car for that much in 1978.
Yeah, tell me about it, right? Here it is. Here's the article, guys. There it is.
See, they had a robotic dog in Battlestar. Why can't we have a robotic cat in 40K?
Yeah, well, it's two different worlds. Anyway, so this magazine led me to watch the show. I became a super fan. I loved it. Going in, I was very skeptical, and I ended up really, really loving the show. And from 1978 to now here, the show has brought all of us together. I want to thank all of you for participating with us, supporting us, being a part of this fandom, and
family.
without this, I could tell you that there would not have been an IFB. We would not have made the Stranded Warrior. Probably not been able to make the Tower Protocol, Resurrection, and so I just wanted to thank everybody for tuning in and watching and being a part of this. So it's a great thing, and then I get to share all of my old memorabilia and magazines and things with everyone as well,
and find new memorabilia and fanzines and things like that.
And yes, find new ones that you gifted me. So
Yes.
and then we get
like
Doc
finding
McAuley. We turned him into a fan, and he's been writing some really
Yeah,
cool stuff.
there we go. You're right. So I don't really have any memorabilia. I've got.
All right,
I've
that's
got-
it. We got his
Sir,
address, right?
I've got the Terminator things that I've worked on.
Yes.
Like you've seen these, Pete, right? Because
I have. Yeah, I remember. But the thing is,
I don't keep stuff.
Right,
I don't even keep my own stuff. I don't even keep the books or comics I write.
Right.
They'll go
and
away.
You share those.
Yeah,
however, you've moved though. You're not in your, like I went and I raided my parents' home where they were holding this. So I'd imagine that you probably have some stuff back home.
No, it's all gone.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
Before I moved to Canada, I got rid of everything. They're just things, really. There was was there some emotional attachment to some of the stuff? Maybe. Like I had a little toy Knight Rider car. I gave that to my nephew. He busted it pretty good. So but yeah, it's. I don't know. I don't have anything. I've got friends who've kept all their Star Wars like action figures. Yeah. They've got married, and they've been able to protect them from their other half, their spouses.
I could look. We had Bert Oliver Bomer was on, and he shared on air that he has the full collection.
And there we go.
And the little 80 figures.
Oh,
but I was really pissed off as a kid because you couldn't fit figures in the van. The figures were too big for the van. That was really bad.
Yeah,
I remember having those, but I never had a Colonel Lynch figure or anything like that. So I always had to pretend that the A-Team were doing, I don't know, maybe it was A-Team versus Terminator or something at one stage.
Okay, all right, that works.
But yeah, it was as a kid I had those kind of things. But yeah, I've never felt the compulsion to have stuff.
And you never had Canine? You didn't have the dog, Dr. Who's dog?
No, I'll tell you what I do have, and this is because I was writing a lot of Doctor Who last year. Andy, my friend Andy, gave me this. So you probably can't see it, but this is Davros.
Oh yeah.
Daleks.
Oh cool.
So he gave me this, right? So these three originals are from Evil of the Daleks, The Chase, which was a First Doctor story, and Remembrance of the Daleks. So the Remembrance of the Daleks will be Davros figure. Now I have something that I'm not allowed to talk about, but I am doing something with a very famous Doctor Who star this year that directly relates to those three figures. But I will be able to talk about that later in the year.
Excellent.
So there is still more Doctor Who stuff I'm doing.
Good.
So yeah, I mean that was kind of my fandom, was Doctor Who.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that. So that was the thing. You've been talking about being critical. Have you talked about section 31 yet?
No. No.
Oh, sorry.
Right.
No one heard that.
I have sat through this thing.
I was forced
watched
to.
It was horrible.
And
my God.
As much as I try and be cheery about sci-fi, I have to call this thing out.
Yeah.
Because there was actual real money spent on this.
Yeah.
And whoever the hell greenlit that story should not be working on television.
I think the person who greenlit that story was the same people who greenlit Fast and Furious 9.
It's true that it is baffling how you can have professionals, right, that are people that are in profession, it's their day job and get paid excessive amounts of money, and the best that you could come up with is that.
I tell you where the problem lies, and I guess this
writing.
Is that it's writing by committee. So there's probably about 4 or 5 writers in there, and the problem is that again you're probably non-fans writing this and they just want their name on Star Trek or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's always the problem, and I'm with money, right? And I'm sick of it. I'm absolutely bloody sick of it because these franchises are being destroyed, and they're not protecting them for a continually new audience. My nephew's what is he now? He was 17 or something, and he's watched the original Star Trek, loves the original Star Trek, and loves Next Generation because the stories hold up, the characters hold up, the narratives hold up. The special effects might not hold up to today's standards, but all of the rest of it holds up. So that doesn't. basically it doesn't matter what age range watches that. It's pretty captivating. A good story is a good story.
Yes.
Simple as that. And we have to get back to that in Star Trek because Jesus Christ Almighty, that was bad.
I mean,
It was.
I haven't heard one good review of it. I mean, everything.
I tried.
Across the board.
I'll be honest. I was 10 minutes in, and I felt that I was prepared to turn it off and walk away. And my lovely wife Janet was like, "No, we're gonna watch this. It's Star Trek. As bad or as good, it might turn around. You got to give it a shot, and you have to be open to this." And so I said, "Fine." I appreciated her input, and it was horrible all the way. I mean, the whole thing was like, I was like, "Oh my God, how bad!"
Yeah.
It just, this is.
You see, I have massive problems. I'll probably never write for Star Trek again once I say this, but I have massive problems with like Strange New Worlds and the depiction of Spock and all of that because it was pretty bad. Again, and I've got very critical of these things because the amount of money, and it's nothing to do with the actors. The actors are great talents, but it's to do with the direction of it. And Spock worked really well because he was the cool, clinical, logical individual who was the foil for Kirk in some ways, and the original Star Trek is magic.
Yes, it is.
They get the characters, the actors get them, everybody's. Whereas now everything's it's quite forced, and it's this trying to appeal to a demographic. Stop trying to appeal to a demographic and just write good stories.
Yeah, and keep the fans in mind. Erica says, I haven't seen Section 31, but I heard it was awful. Don't care for modern Trek. Look, there's the Enterprise. Going back and watching Enterprise was great. I thought it was really, really good. I like Discovery. I like Deep Space Nine.
Deep Space Nine was great.
There's so a lot of the new stuff is very Picard. It was tremendous. What they did in Picard should be the template that is used for any other I guess when you're gonna do a modern rendition of a show, right, that's played in the past, and you want to honor the fandom, then Picard should be the model for it.
Yeah.
The way they honored the fans, it was so well done, with respect. The story was really good. I was like, wow, man, this is how you do it. And I don't understand why everybody else is more prepared to twist things out of their place for money, whatever it is. I don't know. It doesn't make sense.
I don't know what's going on with the writers, but like I said, they didn't study evidently the series or anything else. They just kind of I don't know who I have to look them up to see if they've written for anything else.
Oh my God.
I really seriously doubt they have.
No.
And I'm looking, so I'm writing something now, but I'm doing research into, I'm listening to the Book of the Dead, of the Egyptian Book of the Dead. I'm researching into the Egypt stuff in regards to the gods and everything else. But I don't feel that these people did that. I don't think they're looking.
I don't think they did.
I don't think they watched videos or anything in that regard.
Look,
I don't
James,
think they did the studies.
James McCoy said he watched it twice to make sure that it was
that bad.
I was like, dude, I
thought about
not.
it.
That's
absolutely
beyond the Call of Duty there. That's I don't know.
I'll give it another chance. Oh no.
Yeah, no way. No, I'm sorry.
See, this is the problem. There's a lot of these guys, and they don't have the instinct for narrative.
Yeah.
And if you look at like Tarantino's instinct for narrative, Scorsese has a massive instinct for narrative.
Right.
One of Scorsese's films I really like, which I saw a couple of months ago for first time, is Mean Streets. And Mean Streets had it all there with a narrative with a very limited budget, and though that's really the greats that people should be learning from, because you can take that and then transpose that to any genre that you need to. You know, I don't know. I just got to the point where I don't watch much modern TV anymore.
Unfortunately, that's what it boils down to.
I mean, that could have been a really good storyline. Section 31 they could have really done it, and the people that were fans that did it, it would have been better. But the writers, and I just don't think they just did it. It was just a paycheck.
They could have gone very dark with it, and I think this is the problem. It's, you know, behind every successful empire are those who are prepared to torture and do all sorts of things.
We are definitely
tortured the audience, all right. But there could have been a lot more scenes, you know, there where you really see how dark that Starfleet could go. And these were the guys who were the dirty secrets.
Yes.
Because you do see that through Next Gen and Deep Space Nine when you come into contact with them.
Section 31,
and that's you know, all of that stuff, and that's it. And they didn't go there with it. It was just like a Michael Bay.
They missed the boat. They missed it. It's a shame, but just to kind of wrap up on a better note. This is, of course,
love it.
Oddfellow Investigations, The Devil's Ledger, is one of the other projects that we are involved in, and so if you haven't picked this one up, highly recommend. And it is definitely something that we are working on, and there will be more of that. Again, thank you everyone for tuning in to IFB, Interfleet Broadcasting. John, always a pleasure to see you make things happen here. You bring us all, you know, guests. You bring your own insights. You give us the reviews. Tipsy Toaster. What can I say? It's always cool to be able to come on with my best friend. And then on the other side, here in North America, my other best friend, Dr. Chris McAuley. Thank you for popping in and
That's
sharing.
quite the head on that, by the way.
What did you do?
Did you
just like shake that before you put
I just poured it straight in. There's no excuse. It's nearly 8 o'clock. Usually I'm in bed for 7 o'clock because I usually get up at 1 o'clock in the morning and start work. But this is a special occasion. But yeah, I'm a bit tired, so the head in the beer has grown slightly as we've progressed.
Well, here's to all of you. Here's to the fans. Thank you for tuning in, guys. We really appreciate it. Hope to see you again on our next show. Make sure that you give us the thumbs up because them watch it, right? They all want to see, the guys in power. They want to see that we're getting those thumbs up. Thanks for viewing.
Slancha. There you go.
Cheers, everyone. Fans fuel the fleet.
Fans fuel the fleet. See you next Thursday.